Action News reporter Jim Kirchner has been in Lansing these past couple of days and was inside the Capitol building. And Jim, how did it play out inside?
Stephen, there was a lot of emotion inside the rotunda. Take a live look at the Capitol behind me. They filled all 4 levels that are open to the public. They filled the rotunda as soon as the doors opened at 8 o'clock. Most of them spent the day there through the afternoon while the House was taking those 2 votes, and they got a boost from a nationally known public figure.
I want to thank Reverend Jesse Jackson because this is a social justice issue.
The group had the cause. The rotunda had the capacity crowd, 2,200 people, 4 levels strong. And in a flash, it had a cause celeb who knew how to bring home the message of all union workers' rights.
Yes, even the garbage worker has a right to own a home.
Right. That's right.
The right to see his child graduate from college. That's right. The right to health care. That's right. That's what makes America great. We can go from log cabin to the White House. This land is our land.
Jackson's message was pointed, but he also ended with a chant to keep the peace.
We use our bodies, our minds, non-violent, discipline, direct action.
But also in the crowd in far fewer numbers are those on the other side, willing to tout why right to work is good for workers.
We think this is about creating a better future for all Michigan citizens and making it easier for our kids to stay home and stay in Michigan after they're done, so they don't have to go somewhere else to look for work.
That's the kind of debate that went on inside and outside. And while people were here by the thousands, state police officers were here by the hundreds. You saw them in action over at the Romney building where the governor's office is. They also surprised the big crowd here on the lawn at midday. We're going to show you how that played out coming up at 5:30. Stephen?
All right, Jim, thank you for that live report. And by the way, the protesters weren't the only ones heated out here today. Inside the building, some lawmakers lost their cool. Take a listen.
This was dropped on December 6th, and now we sit here 5 days later, and we're going to pass something that will undo 100 years of labor relations. And there will be blood. There will be repercussions. We will relive the battle of the overpass.
He said there will be blood. Action News reporter Terry Edwards was on that floor and continues our coverage.
While protesters were in earshot, tension was high inside the state capitol on the House floor. One by one, Democrat representatives pleaded with Republicans to delay the vote.
This will be your legacy, Governor. Colleagues, you won't be here to witness the impact of this un-American, undemocratic bill.
Because the next 2 years are going to be terrible. They're going to be ugly. They're going to be ugly in this room. They're going to be ugly in every city in this state.
Many Democrats left frustrated and feeling as though Republicans pushed this legislation through fast during lame duck session. Republicans argued this is about the workers' choice.
Michigan's families will be able to decide what's best for them. If they believe joining a union is in their best interest, they'll be free to do so without reprisal or punishment.
Eventually, the bills were voted on, and they passed, but not with some resistance.
You have got to follow the rules in this chamber.
Democrat leaders worry what the passing of the bill means for the future.
We hope that we could appeal to their sense of fairness when it comes to trying to have a committee hearing to discuss this bill.
Meanwhile, Republican leaders feel the future has never been brighter.
Today means more freedom for those workers to determine which organizations they want to choose. Today is a great day.
And Republicans argue the issue of right to work has been something that's been discussed for years. Meanwhile, the Democrats say that the specific legislation was very new to them and was just introduced last week. In Lansing, Tara Edwards, 7 Action News.